This is Janine Spears. I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and today is November the 2nd. And I am interviewing Asim Ali. He is a first time voter, and he is sharing with us his experience in voting. And uh, this is Asim. Asim, can you tell us about your experiences today?
Actually, I voted the other day. I utilized the early voting process, and I've never voted before. Never really felt or really thought that the voting process really would acknowledge my true voice. And but this particular time, with the theme of change, I really wanted to challenge myself to participate. So I did vote, and it was when I got there initially, I didn't really know what to expect. But the workers were, it was a pretty smooth process. I was actually already in the system, and the workers there assisted me in giving me instruction on how to utilize the equipment. It was all electronic, and so it was a pretty smooth process.
What did you think about the machines?
The machines were not that user friendly, in my opinion. For a person like myself that had no idea of how to utilize a machine, I like to think of myself as a fairly intelligent person, and I benefited from getting some assistance.
I see. Well, you think that you will be voting in the next election, seeing that this was your first time voting? You think you'll be taking your children with you the next time you vote?
It's funny that you should ask me that question. You know, I want to see how this turns out. Over the recent past few recent days or whatever, I saw a commercial that had George Bush and Bill Clinton. They supposedly have a foundation together, the Bush Clinton Foundation or something to that effect. And that really confused me because I can recall during the election when Clinton and Bush were competing for the presidential office, and obviously two totally different philosophies. And so with that being said, I started thinking. I said, "Wow! In order for these guys to have a foundation, one would think that they need to meet on a consistent basis. They would need to have meetings and discussions, and would have to have enough common ground to actually agree to have a business together." So I guess in one breath, there's room to see some positivity in that, but it left me confused about the overall presidential picture. I'm just hoping that they're not all in the same group. It just kind of seems to me that I'm just interested to see if there's really going to be some change. I just there's just so many question marks when you talk about $700 billion and $200 billion. It's still, to me, is a total absence of how the average person that is going to benefit from this supposed new circulation of money that is intended to help our country. And so there's just a lot of questions that I still have. I'm glad that I did get an opportunity to utilize that right to vote, but I don't know if I'm confident that uh, I'll participate in the future. I'm just really hoping that I'm wrong, and that there is going to be some change, and not just smoke and mirrors, and all these guys are really kind of sorted together, but the illusion is that they represent two different parties. But it just kind of seemed that way to me.
Well, thanks for sharing your experience.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity to share. Take care.
Mm-hmm.